Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the Tube. Hope today, hope feeling grand, and all's well in your world, hello everybody. Today, people of Tube, we are doing a shootout between this Gibson Les Paul Custom, which you have seen at the beginning of this week in a video, and my Tokai Les Paul Custom, which you have seen a lot of. My God, these things weigh more than the Titanic's anchor. These probably were the Titanic's anchor. These are both... Actually, I reckon the Gibson's slightly heavier than the Tokai. The Tokai is 10.5 pounds. I've weighed this one, and this one is a little bit heavier, the Gibson. So, all in all, that's 20 pounds of guitars. And I'm not talking about the pound sign. Anyway, but yeah, today, people of Tube, we're going to do a shootout between these two. One that costs you hundreds of pounds, and one that costs you thousands of pounds. And basically, let's see what the difference is. You know, I have gone to great lengths on this thing to set these things up as close as possible. The pickup heights are the same. So I've set my Tokai same way, up the same way as the Gibson. They're the same heights. They've both got gauge 9s on them, 942s. The actions are pretty much identical. I went that far. The only thing that's different, like I say, is going to be pickups. More than anything, that's going to be the thing, because this has the stock Tokai ones, this has the stock Gibson ones. Other than that, they are as close as I can get. So, things to know, obviously the Gibson has a ebony fretboard, the Tokai has a rosewood fretboard. What else to know? Like I say, the pickups, Gibson pickups on this one, Tokai pickups on this one. But they are the same thickness, they are the same kind of dimensions. I actually prefer the neck on the Tokai to the Gibson. The neck on the Gibson's really nice, but the Tokai neck is more me. Another thing to note as well, people, I don't know how we're able to see this, but if you look at the headstock angles, Gibson obviously maintain their crazy angle, and I don't know how well you're able to tell this, but the Tokai headstock isn't angled back as far as the Gibson. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but the Gibson is angled back a little bit further than the Tokai. So that might change something, I don't know. But anyway, Poochie, what we're going to do today is clean tone. We're going to use the Marshall MG today for a change. Giving the CR120 a break for a bit, and I fancied a change from it, so I'm back to the Marshall for a while. So we're going to use the Marshall MG today. We're going to hear it clean first, and we're going to hear it in all three positions. So you'll hear the Tokai clean on the bridge, Gibson clean on the bridge, Tokai clean with both pickups, Gibson clean both pickups, and then the Tokai on the neck pickup clean, and then the Gibson on the neck pickup clean. And then we'll do the same thing for distortion as well. So bridge pickup, distortion, both pickups distorted, and neck pickup distorted as well. So we're going to do all three positions. We're not just going to do neck and bridge, or just one of them. We're going to do all three positions on the guitar. Volumes and tones are going to be on 10 for the entire time. I'm not going to be messing with them. I've got the Marshall MG set up on the clean channel. It's set up with the gain at 5. Bass is all the way off on 0, so no bass. Don't need it on the Marshall MG's clean channel. It's got enough bass to couple a dog with. Middle and treble are on 5 as well. So basically, the entire clean channel apart from bass is set at 12 o'clock. Then on the overdrive channel, we're set to OD2. We have the gain all the way up on 10. No bass. Mids are at 10 o'clock because the humbucker's a little bit darker, so I'll boost the mids a bit. No treble, treble's on 0. No contour, contour's on 0. And master volume, channel volume is on 10. I have reverb set at 9 o'clock, and the master, I don't know at this point in time. I'm guessing it'll be just shy of 9 o'clock for master, give or take. So, like I say, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with... I don't know. I don't know whether to start with the Tokai over Gibson. Because I always feel whichever one you start with kind of puts it on the back foot, if that makes any sense. I'm going to start with the Gibson. Because we're going to start with the most expensive one, actually, because I normally would start with kind of like, my guitar or something like that. Again, by the way, as well, thanks to Mike for the loan of this guitar. I am very, very grateful, and I'm very, very honoured that he trusts me enough with a guitar like this. I'm very, very honoured. Anyway, but yeah, we'll start with the Gibson, then the Tokai. So it'll be Gibson clean, Tokai clean, and then Gibson distortion, Tokai distortion, and that's it, going through all pickups as well. Like I said, I won't be touching the tone controls or the volume controls, just so you know, everything could be on 10. No pedals as well. Everything is just going straight into the Marshall, and you'll just hear it through the SM57. So, without further ado, doors people tube, let's plug in these things and let's go for it. okay, people, tube. There you go. That is the sound comparisons between the Gibson Les Paul Custom and the Tokai Les Paul Custom. For me personally, just having listened back to the sound examples, there isn't a great deal in it at all. The Tokai is definitely darker, and not by a great deal, but it is definitely darker and warmer than the Gibson. The Gibson's probably got a little bit more kind of clarity in the kind of like, you know, the mid-range and the kind of bit more presence thing. But it's not a great deal. It's not like, oh my god, it's night and day kind of thing. You know, tonally they're very, very, very similar. But like I say, I just think the Tokai is a little bit darker, which is probably why, and I'm being perfectly honest, I prefer the Tokai. But again, I like darker tones. I don't really like in-your-faceness as much. And the Gibson, although it sounds great and is great, and it's a lovely guitar, this is, I prefer the darker, more heavy bass tone of the Tokai to the Gibson. Also, I prefer the neck on the Tokai. It's a little bit skinnier. The Les Paul, the Gibson, it's a little bit wider. The Tokai is like slightly narrower. It's literally like maybe 0.5 millimeter narrower, but it makes a difference. It's really weird how much these little kind of things make a difference to how guitars feel. But like I say, I would say the kind of like, you know, the Gibson definitely had a little bit more clarity, but it's not. I don't think it's anything you couldn't kind of like EQ into the Tokai, if that makes any sense. You could make this. You can make the Gibson sound like the Tokai, and you could definitely get the Tokai to sound more like the Gibson if you tweak the EQ. I mean, I wanted to keep for the purpose of this video, I wanted to keep the EQ the same for both guitars, including the kind of like the thrashy kind of distortion, which kind of isn't really a sound I normally go for, but I kind of wanted to go for a bit more of a brighter distortion today, being into the Marshall, and kind of go for like a bit more kind of like 80s Randy Rhoads-esque kind of custom kind of tone, where it's a bit more scratchy. But like I say, to me personally, I still prefer my Tokai to this Gibson. People with the tube, let me know which one you preferred and why in the comment section below. This video will all be chaptered anyway, so you can kind of skip between like the sound examples of like, you know, the Tokai's neck pickup to the Gibson's neck pickup and vice versa. But I do prefer my Tokai. I absolutely adore this guitar to bits. It's just heaven. I mean, the Gibson's heaven as well, but this one just feels. It's more me. The Tokai's more me. The Gibson isn't really. I've played a lot of Les Paul Customs, Gibsons, when I was in Old Hat. And they're all really, really nice. But the one custom that I have that's really spoke to me mostly is my Tokai. It really is. I wouldn't trade this for this. I just wouldn't. There is something very special about this Tokai, and like I say, this is a guitar it's a keeper. And I'm not just saying that just because. I'm saying that because I honestly mean it, people with tube. I'm not lying to you here. The Tokai wins this one for me. I just like its more fatter, darker, bassier tone to the Gibson's more equal tone. The Gibson's pickups were definitely more even in the bass, middle, and treble department. These were a lot more kind of even. Whereas I think the Tokai's pickups were a little bit more bass heavy and a little bit more on the dark side, especially the neck humbucker, which on this guitar I absolutely adore. Especially when you put distortion through it. It's just like creamy dark goodness. It's beautiful. But yeah, but there wasn't a great deal in it. I don't feel, I really don't feel there was a great deal in it, to be honest with you. I mean, they both sounded amazing. They both feel amazing. But after playing both of them back to back for that period of time, my God, I think I need to be putting traction. My back, and in fact, I'm still recovering from the cough. It's maybe not the best time to be demoing custom Les Pauls, Dave. But hey, you've already seen this one, so hey, and you've also seen this one as well. But anyway, these things are amazing. I mean, if I do that, it's hard to tell which one's what. There's not much in the way these things look. Obviously, it's down to this. It's down to that. And you can see the Gibson headstock's massive in comparison to the Tokai. The Tokai's a lot more slim. But I actually prefer the Tokai logo to the split diamond as well. I don't know why. I do know why. I think it's more pretty. I think that logo is stunning, and I love the Tokai writing. The split diamond on the Gibson is really nice as well, but I just prefer the Tokai headstock. But again, people of the tube, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Which one do you prefer? Did you prefer the Gibson or do you prefer the Tokai? Let us know. Yeah, I'll be very curious to read your comments, and yeah, let's see what you think. So, yeah, that's it, people of the tube. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little shootout between these two absolute monsters here. Like I say, not only in the fact that they weigh both like more than me, they're just absolute tone machines. They really are. I mean, and again, massive thanks to Mike for loaning me this guitar. This will be the last video you see with this guitar. It will be going back to him now. But I'm so grateful to Mike for all he's doing, and for me, I just can't even. That man's a legend, absolute legend. I have another one of his guitars to show you as well, and I love this other guitar. It's coming next week, people tube. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. But until then, have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, people tube. And I'll tell you what, it's not every day you get to have two white Les Paul Customs in your hand. It really isn't. These things are amazing. I love the white Les Paul Custom. I really do. I think they're on par with me with a gold top. I really do. I mean, obviously gold top's my favourite Les Paul, and I don't think that'll ever be beaten. But I think the white Custom, I think that might be my second favourite next to a Burst. I really do. I mean, I do love Bursts, but there's something so cool about the way these things look. They really do. I mean, they're absolute monsters. They really are. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, and I hope you, like I say, let me know which one you preferred and why in the comment section below. And I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. And until the next time, people tube, have a good one. Goodbye now. Thank you for watching.